Books you won't put down. Grab the House of Lazenberry series by author Daniel Webb. Since his controversial interview at the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast, the books can't stay on the shelf. Grab the series, The House of Lazenberry, The House of Lazenberry 1970H, and The House of Lazenberry, A Time to Heal. Link in the description box.
What up, everybody? It's the Chakra Doctor. Put your money where your mouth is. June 11, 2022, Houston, Texas. All-day healing event from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. Private sessions, group sessions, positive food, positive music, positive people. The link is in the description of this video, and you can call the number in the flyer for more information.
My heart is strong and healthy.
Guns and go ahead and turn that down, man.
Last thing, man, let's talk about Casanova, man. He took a deal. Looks like he's going to, plead guilty. Admitted to a few things that he did. They said he's facing anywhere from 5 to 60 years in prison. What's your thoughts? Do you see him cooperating to get less time? How much time do you see him getting? What's your thoughts? Because we thought at one point he was going to stand firm and go to trial with this, but turns out he's not.
I don't know what he's gonna do. I feel bad, not for the acts because he admitted to doing some shit, but at the fact that we see these characters on these screens acting so tough and so invincible when everything is good and doing everything bad. We just watch him break down like any other normal human being would, and we gotta watch him be humbled right in front of our very eyes. And that's the unfortunate part, because he had talent, he had energy, he had a future out here, and because he could not leave the streets alone. And I know people are still pronouncing innocence and stuff, and y'all have the right to do that because you may be closer to the situation than us, but we know that he pleaded guilty to some shit, and instead of fighting in court now, he's doing between 5 and 60, and I believe he'll probably do, I'm thinking, and only because I guess we were sitting in that courtroom, but something like 16 something years probably, which is crazy, it's gut wrenching, but you have life to live when you get out, man. I don't see him doing 5, and I don't see him doing 60, but I do see him doing something.
I think like 12 to 15.
Yeah,
I think that's sad, like you say, but the stuff that he admitted to, and just the organization that he was a part of, I just don't see them being lenient. Now, if he was to go and snitch, if he was to do that, then I see them probably, being lenient. More so on him. But I don't think he's going to do that. But, admitting to what he did and trying to take a deal. If he gets out of there anything less than 10, he won. He won.
Yeah. Straight victory.
Hell yeah.
Take it and go ahead and get ready to do your shit and get the fuck up out of there in 10 years. And that's a long time. When you counting minutes and seconds, and you know what I mean? But that's better than 60. You get something upwards to 60, 20, 30, that's your life, bro.
Do the crime. See, this is the thing, man. You got to understand, like, you do the crime. I know it sounds cliche-ish and shit, and you heard it a million times. Do the crime. Be prepared to do the motherfucking time.
Especially if you got a big-ass spotlight on you with millions of views per day. And anything that you do is going to be put on a TV screen. Remember that, what was that movie back in the day, Stay Tuned? Remember that shit where they were flicking through channels and they were just everywhere? Hey, man, we sitting there watching your life go ahead like a TV show. But the only thing is, when you get locked up, that shit is for real.
Free cash? Is it free? Is it free thugs? Is it free cash? Is it free Gunna? Or is it you make your bed, you gotta lay in it?
I free the sorrow from their parents. I free the sorrow from the people that loved them. I can't sit back and say free a brother that put themselves in a situation if in fact they're guilty. If they're not guilty, if this is something that's going on.
Them niggas is going down. Young
down.
Thug is guilty.
What if
them
he
niggas is guilty?
Put a hit out on people? Out here living this good thug life, you know what I'm saying? Your name is Young Thug, and it's just a name, yeah, but you living this shit too, bro. Hey man, grown men gotta go ahead and hold themselves accountable for what they do and their own actions. I can't sit back and feel.
And I was just joking about that guilty thing, but it's like, people is funny, man. They got a better chance of beating the state. And hope maybe they do.
Shit.
It's state. It's not federal.
You hear that shit a lot, right?
Yeah, but it's like, dog, like they've been watching this dude for so long. They've been watching these two groups, what they call gangs.
Yep.
They've been watching that all this time. They're not going to let them win, man. And maybe I'm not. Anybody knows I'm never pessimistic, but it just doesn't look good. For him, man. And they saying, remember, he started that gang. That's what they're saying. Not the Bloods, but the
Gorilla.
Nah, I'm talking about Young Thug.
Oh,
here.
YSL.
Yeah. It's like a faction of the Bloods, they say. They said he was the leader of that. So that in itself got to be like a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But people like this, you said real quick about the names, right? Young Thug, Gunna. Somebody was saying, I forgot who I heard saying this, but they were saying like those names and shit just kind of even bring, the negative type of, like you're a Young Thug, okay, you're a Gunna, okay. Life.
Yep.
I heard Slim Thug. I don't know if you heard he was changing his name. Yeah, I wonder if it was because of probably some shit like that.
And he OG in the game now. He ain't doing nothing like that no more. But he said, fuck that shit. Nope. Fuck that Slim Thug. Like, I forgot what he is now. Big Slim or some shit.
Yeah, that's dope for him.
Word. Slimmed up, you know what I mean? Cut up. But good for him, man. But yeah, these dudes gotta think, man, you gotta leave that shit alone. What are you gonna do? Make a fucking decision. Right? Not to be crazy, but make a decision. You're going to go in here, you're going to be influential, you're going to give back to your community throughout your music, or you're going to go ahead and live this Al Capone street life, calling shots on people's lives and doing whatever else you're doing, not leaving that situation alone that you busted your ass to work so hard to get out of, man. It's just...
They got this dude on wiretap. They got, like, the people saying this shit, they got all the shit the feds got. You don't think that they was working with the feds? Calling them up, consulting them on what they could do, what they shouldn't do, using their equipment and shit. And
people's crying state.
Like they got him. He's facing life in prison.
Damn.
He's facing life in. Do you think Young Thug is finished, Sandman?
Yeah.
Do you think he'll ever come out again?
What, music or his life?
Life.
I would hope his life. Music is another thing. We may be looking at another genius rapper in his era.
Right.
That will never be able to show his and spread his genius.
Is he finished?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep. In my opinion, I think so. And that's not to be pessimistic, because why would you want to say somebody's finished on a young man's life? Why? No one takes pleasure in, not this platform anyway, takes pleasure in saying some shit like that. But when you look at, like you said, what the feds have, when you look at, they were looking at him upwards of damn near, 10 years? They were piling up evidence and evidence and evidence, and when they decided to run down on this man in his damn draws, they knew they got him, whether it had been state, federal, whatever the case may be.
They said they got probably 50 different incidents that happened between those two. So they've been watching for a long time.
What judge is going to sit back and look at 50 pieces of evidence that a federal or state prosecution brings to them and going to say, no, you know what? That defense is right. We seen it. We watched the trial where the defense cooked the prosecution, cooked them.
Yeah,
and that judge didn't bat a fucking eye. Didn't care.
It's almost like it's unfair because first you're being prosecuted, right, by the same system that's judging you. With meaning like, okay, the prosecution and the judge, they working for the same department. Like, I was thinking about this yesterday, kind of like just thinking like maybe it should be like, private judges or something like that that have nothing to, to do, with. I mean, that's where you got the juries. I get it, but the judge matters a lot too because the ARAB shit was jury too, but the judge, they decide, what goes on a record, what's heard, what's not heard. If it's a momentum a certain way, they can stop it. It's all types. The judge is very important as well. So I was thinking maybe it should be like a private judge that doesn't have no stake in it, doesn't work for the state, feds or something like that. But it's rigged against you, definitely.
Oh, yep, it is. So for people saying it, Casanova thought he was getting out too. I'll be out next week. I'll be out here. Now he's looking at paying 5 to 60. So
that's blind. That's that blind. That's a lot. See, blind jail shit right there. That's something you just hold on to when you're in jail, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like I'm some lifer or nothing like that. I did a lot of time, but I just know like knowing people and stuff. You kind of got to hold on to something. You know what I mean? While you in there.
Damn.
Yeah.
Pray for your soul, man, and pray for your peace. Because you're going to have to stand on this shit as a grown man now. And there's a lot of motherfuckers in there that told your ass about sitting up in here now. So now you got to be one of them OGs telling somebody to stay about that motherfucker too.
Yeah, and we'll definitely be here to, definitely cover whatever happened, with these dudes. We ain't in that life or nothing. We'll sit here and we'll just cover it, man. And hopefully the people listening, won't make those decisions. But with that being said, man,